Hello there. Today in this video I'm going to show you step by step on how to create Gobo optical smooth effect to your photo. There are 3 steps to this video: creating the effects, creating the shadows, and giving it some colors. So let's get started. Okay, so here in Photoshop I have these models that I exported from Cinema 4D, and these two are the stars of the day. And at the end of this video I'm going to give you a link to download the Photoshop files, the Cinema 4D files, and all the effects. Back to Photoshop, what you want to do firstly is to create a selection for your models. As you can see, I have these OG selected on a different layer. You can use the pen tool, or even more easier, you can go to select and select the subject, and that will automatically select your subject. But since I already did that, I don't need to do that again. Okay, now let's bring in our effect. Here it is, and I'm going to select it and drag it and bring it to the stage. Make it a little bit bigger and place it in place. Then go to layer style and select screen, and what you want to do to make it more voluminous is to add a blur. So go to filter and select Gaussian blur. Something like 3 is okay in this case. And I want to make the background darker. I feel like it's too bright for my liking, so I'm going to go ahead and use the curve tool. Much better. And now for the shadows, I'm going to duplicate the subject, bring the duplicate below, and go to blending option and select overlay. Leave it at black and the opacity at 100. Now when I move the image with the direction keys, you can see the shadows. But now I want to make the shadows to only show where the light is shining, so I'm going to mask it. Hold Alt between the shadow layer and the effect and left click, and now you can see that the shadow only affects where the light is. And what I find more interesting is having the effect kind of show on the body of the subject, and that add to it more level of realism. So to do that, simply duplicate the effect layer and bring it above and lower the opacity, bring it really low, and there you have it. Now let's add the color. Go to adjustment layer and select hue and saturation and tick colorize. Adjust this adjustment and move the hue to change the color. Sometimes I like to use blend if to blend it, but that is not necessary in this case. Okay, let's look at another example. I'm going to find my effect, bring it in, set the layer style to screen, give it that touch of blur, duplicate the subject and change the blending option to overlay, then mask to the effect layer, and there you have it. But wait, let me point this out. You might have noticed something here. This one is different from the first one. Well, that's because this one is 100% black, but the first one is not. Let me demonstrate. If you go to the first one and select the color picker tool to select the color, you can see right here we have some values. So in the RGB we have 14 14 14. That is to say it is not completely black, it has some gray to it. Whereas if I go to the other one, you can see all the values are 0, indicating that it is completely 100% black. So that's why in the first one you can see a circle indicating the border in the light, but in this one that border is missing. if this is what you want, you can leave it like that, but if you want to change it, let me show you how. Simply go to the adjustment and select hue and saturation, then tick colorize and bring the hue and saturation to 0 and move the lightness slider till you have this grayish look. Now you can select it and bring it to the stage. Now I can duplicate this, bring it above and lower the opacity. And to change the color, once again go to hue and saturation and change that color. And that is how you do it. That is how you create that professional, authentic, artistic, colorful and saturated, sweet, voluptuous Gobo Snooth effect. Check the description for the necessary link. Do not forget to subscribe, like if you like this video, share, and I'll see you in the next one.